sounds crazy. Why would I work 40 hours extra for free for 5 years? The other day, I made a story post or a poll, I'll put it right here, where basically I asked the question on if you walked into your job tomorrow and your boss gave you this offer where you need to work your normal 40 hours a week, but work an additional 40 unpaid hours per week. So a total of 80 hours, right? Only 40 of them are paid, 40 of them are not paid, and do that for 5 years. If you were to do that for 5 years, they will allow you to leave your job and never have to work again. And they're going to pay you 10 times more than they ever paid you in your entire career. Every single month for the rest of your life, they're going to pay you that. But you have to do that every single day, 80 hours a week for 5 uninterrupted years. And here's the results of the post. So as you can see, majority of people are not willing to do that. It sounds crazy. Why would I work 40 hours extra for free for 5 years? Now, the whole lesson of what I wanted to go from this, or have you get from this, is delayed gratification. Because now this whole scenario represents entrepreneurship, right? It represents getting into business. It represents getting into trading. It represents getting into finance. And it represents going into business for yourself is what it actually is. Because 99% of people are not willing to, after they work a long shift at their job, eating all day, they're not willing to go to their home and get on a computer and put in extra effort for another 5 to 8 hours every single day to learn a skill set, learn a business model, learn something that will allow you to leave the cycle that you're in. In order for you to actually leave your job, make 6 figures, make 7 figures, you have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to go work your normal job for 5 years. And for 5 years, come home and put in work with your second job or your side hustle or whatever it is and expect to make no money for the first 3 to 5 years. And if you're willing to do that for 3 to 5 years, you will have the ability to make 10 times more than what you make at your job for yourself. So that whole question that I made was for you to test yourself on if you're willing to do what it takes to get to the things that you want in life. To get to the other side of what if, right? To get to the other side of what if, it requires a lot of work. It requires a lot of time, energy, and money. If you want to get to the next level, if you want to be able to leave your 9-to-5 job, if you want to say you're financially free, and if you want to experience the luxuries that life has to offer you as an individual, you gotta be willing to put in the work. You gotta be willing to work your job, go home, and put in the extra grind, guys. If you don't and you're not willing to do that, you might as well get used to working a job for the rest of your life. And that's just the sad truth. I'm not saying that to, say it's whatever. I'm saying that way you become aware of what's necessary. Because a lot of you guys that click no to that, I know a lot of you actually do want a lot in life. I know you do want financial freedom. I know you do want success in life. But the only way you will get that is if you're willing to work for 3 to 5 years, 40 hours a week for free, and expect to make no money. You will make money, but expect to make no money. And if you do that for long enough, you'll achieve financial freedom, guys. So that's my message for today. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys at the top.